The Buddha once imparted a profound piece of wisdom. Do not dwell on the faults of others. Instead, examine your own shortcomings. It's an innate human tendency to be curious about the lives of others, what they're doing, thinking, or saying about us. However, when we become preoccupied with the actions and opinions of those around us, we inevitably lose sight of our own personal journey. This relentless outward focus drains our precious energy and, in turn, allows external forces to hijack our inner peace and tranquility. In our fast-paced modern world, this dynamic has become all too common. We find ourselves constantly comparing our lives to others, desperately trying to live up to their expectations, or getting entangled in the endless cycle of drama. Yet, the Buddha offered us a liberating alternative, a path that guides us back to the sanctuary of our own hearts. It's a way of being that nurtures peace, cultivates clarity, and fosters a deep sense of self-awareness. In this deep dive, we'll explore 6 timeless Buddhist lessons designed to help you release your focus on others and wholeheartedly embrace your own life. By integrating these powerful teachings, you can build a resilient inner space where you feel grounded, strong, and completely at peace with who you are. Lesson 1. Mind your own mind. All that we are is the result of what we have thought, the Buddha taught. This profound statement serves as a powerful reminder of the immense influence our thoughts wield. Our inner world is the very blueprint of our outer reality. When we continuously ruminate on what others are doing, thinking, or saying, we are squandering the very energy that could be used to cultivate our own wisdom, inner peace, and personal growth. Rather than looking outward, the first step is to become a vigilant guardian of your own mind. This involves being deeply mindful of what you think and how you perceive others. When you notice yourself comparing, judging, or becoming overly concerned with someone else's actions, gently but firmly redirect your attention back to yourself. Each morning, take a quiet moment for introspection. Ask yourself, what is occupying my thoughts today? Am I preoccupied with someone else, or am I focused on how I can grow and become a better person in my own life? As you begin to turn inward, you'll discover that your happiness and peace are not contingent on anyone else. You'll realize that your thoughts are truly yours to command and shape. By consciously cultivating this habit of mindfulness, your mind will gradually become more peaceful and less susceptible to external distractions. Lesson 2. Stop comparing. Start growing. Within Buddhist philosophy, comparison is considered one of the primary sources of suffering. The Buddha wisely stated, "There is no greater delusion than the belief that someone else's path is easier or that your life is worse than another's." We are living in an era where comparison is pervasive. We habitually measure our achievements, physical appearance, and professional success against others, which only fuels feelings of inadequacy, resentment, or jealousy. These comparisons are nothing more than illusions that distort our self-worth and genuine happiness. Instead of fixating on what others are accomplishing, redirect your focus to your own unique journey. Every individual is on a singular path, complete with their own specific challenges and lessons to learn. The true secret to peace lies not in measuring yourself against others, but in embracing your own growth and progressing at your own pace. Consider the metaphor of the lotus flower. It emerges from the murky depths of the mud and blooms with exquisite beauty, completely unbothered by how fast or slow the other lotuses are growing around it. It doesn't engage in comparison. It simply exists to bloom. Today, make a conscious decision to put an end to the comparison game. Dedicate yourself to your own personal growth, no matter how insignificant the steps may seem. Strive each day to become a slightly better version of yourself and celebrate every bit of progress, no matter how humble. Lesson 3. Release the need for approval. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace, the Buddha taught. We exist in a society that is constantly seeking validation from others, from societal norms, and from our peers. However, no amount of external approval can ever fill the deep void that comes from relying on outside sources for your self-worth. Authentic peace blossoms from the moment you begin to approve of yourself. When you no longer allow others' opinions to dictate your value, you uncover a profound and unshakable inner peace. This doesn't mean you become completely indifferent to others. It means you realize that your true sense of worth comes from within. Your value is inherent and is not determined by how others perceive you. Each day, take a moment to say to yourself, I approve of who I am. I am enough just as I am. Allow these words to resonate deeply within your heart and feel the immense sense of freedom that accompanies self-acceptance. When you release the desperate need for others' approval, you liberate yourself from a relentless cycle of external validation. Lesson 4. Detach from gossip and drama. One of the greatest hindrances to focusing on yourself is getting caught up in the endless cycle of gossip and drama. Buddhist teachings encourage us to use our words only when they are truthful, kind, and beneficial. This often means choosing silence over speaking about others. Engaging in gossip or dwelling on other people's flaws is akin to poisoning your own mind. It doesn't bring peace. It only creates more internal noise, confusion, and suffering. Instead of being pulled into conversations or thoughts that disrupt your tranquility, practice the art of detachment. Step back and observe without passing judgment. Ask yourself, is this conversation truly beneficial to my personal growth? Will it lead to peace? Or is it merely fueling unnecessary drama? Silence can be a powerful form of protection. By consciously detaching from unnecessary noise, you create a shield for your mind against negativity. Spend more of your time and energy cultivating your inner peace, whether through meditation, a quiet walk in nature, or reading a book that nourishes your spirit. Lesson 5. Practice loving kindness, but set boundaries. Buddhism teaches us to cultivate loving kindness, or metta, for all beings. However, this does not imply that we should allow others' negativity or toxic behavior to disturb our peace. True loving kindness isn't about enabling destructive patterns. It's about extending love and compassion while simultaneously maintaining healthy boundaries. You can send love and compassion to those who hurt you or attempt to drag you down, but you are not obligated to absorb their negativity. Visualize a brilliant golden light surrounding you, a protective shield for your mind and heart against external harm. Allow others to have their experiences, but do not permit their chaos to infiltrate your own serene world. Boundaries aren't walls designed to shut others out. They are protections for your own peace and well-being. By practicing loving kindness with firm boundaries, you can remain open and compassionate to others without losing yourself in their dramas or demands. Lesson 6. Remember impermanence. Finally, remember the fundamental truth that everything is impermanent. The Buddha declared, all conditioned things are impermanent. Everything in life, a fleeting thought, a transient feeling, or an external situation, is temporary. The challenges you face today, the judgments others cast upon you, and the difficulties in your life, all of these things will eventually pass. When you invest too much energy into what others are saying or doing, you are giving undue importance to things that are by nature fleeting. The opinions of others, their judgments and their behaviors are like clouds passing in the sky. They will come and go. They do not define the essence of who you are. Instead, direct your focus to what is lasting: your own mind, your own inner peace, and your own personal growth. When you feel agitated by the actions of others, remind yourself, this too shall pass. By fully embracing the concept of impermanence, you free yourself from being weighed down by transient concerns. You can live your life with a renewed lightness, knowing that everything, including the opinions of others, is temporary. Conclusion. As you begin to consciously shift your focus toward your own thoughts, growth, and inner peace, you will discover that the distractions of others will start to lose their power over you. Your path will become clearer, your heart will feel more at ease, and your mind will be more focused. So today, choose just one of these profound lessons and begin to apply it to your life. Observe how your perspective shifts and how you begin to feel a deeper sense of peace within yourself. You are not responsible for the thoughts, actions, or opinions of others. You are only responsible for your own mind, your own growth, and your own peace. If you found peace and clarity in today's wisdom, consider subscribing for more teachings that can help you live with a sense of calm and clear-mindedness. And always remember, the path to true freedom begins when you cease thinking about others and instead return to the quiet sanctuary of your own heart.